I'm Cara, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you 6 super simple Halloween craft activities that are perfect for 2-year-olds. Even though my son Ben has just turned 2, these craft activities are all super simple, so would absolutely work with a slightly younger toddler, and also a slightly older toddler would really enjoy them too. I have lots of toddler activity videos on my channel, so if that's something that you enjoy, please have a think about hitting subscribe, and let's get started. My first activity is creating a toddler mummy, and my toddler thought this was the absolute best. You'll need a printed photo of your little one, some black card cut into the shape of a person, some glue and some masking tape. First we stuck the face onto the body. I know the head is a little bit oversized, but I thought it looked pretty cute this way. Then I cut strips of tape for Ben and he taped them onto the template as bandages. I put some pieces of cut tape along the table so that he could just peel and stick when he was ready to, and I also told him not to stick the bandages over his face because we wanted to be able to see him. He loves stickers, so this was a winner. Once he was finished, I cut along the back of the template to get rid of all the excess masking tape, and we were done. Ben thought it was so funny and has already asked to make a mummy and a daddy mummy tomorrow. Who's that? Ben. It's a Ben mummy. Making a paper cup ghost is such a simple activity and makes a great window decoration for this time of the year. All you'll need is a paper cup, some crepe paper, a black pen, some double-sided tape and a bit of ribbon. So I actually didn't have a white paper cup, so we painted these in advance just using some white paint. Then we stuck and peeled the double-sided tape into the inside of the cups, and Ben stuck the pre-cut pieces of crepe paper to the inside. Tissue paper would also totally work for this. I then put a little hole in the top of the cup, tied a knot in one end of the ribbon and threaded it through. Ben loved helping to pull it through. After that, we just added some cute little faces. These ghosts are simple and effective, and Ben is so excited that they are now hanging in our conservatory window, scaring the neighbours. Unfortunately, pumpkin carving is still a bit beyond a 2-year-old, but Ben was so excited to see pumpkins in the shop because he sees them in lots of his kind of autumn themed books. So we decided to get to and to do a little bit of painting on them first. I just put out a selection of colours and let Ben go wild. If mess is something that bothers you, make sure you check out my Arts and Crafts Mum Hacks video, which I'll link above and below for you. At one point, Ben was massaging the paint into the pumpkin and loved having something other than paper to paint for a change.
Eine Massage?
The pumpkins dried pretty matte, just using normal toddler paints, so the next day we added a coat of PVA glue to help make them shiny and to weatherproof them a little so that we could place them outside. When they were dry, I cut the tops open and Ben helped to scoop out the insides. It was fascinating for him to see the seeds and how the pumpkin actually looked inside. He was convinced that our pumpkins had to be happy pumpkins, and he loved watching as I cut out simple faces and he helped to pop out the cut out pieces. It was actually a bit like a jigsaw puzzle for him.
His nose
is right. Oh, and we've got to do a big smile for him. In the evening, we popped them outside and placed candles inside. It was such an exciting event for Ben to see them glow, and it's such a classic Halloween activity, even if in Scotland it's actually tradition to carve a turnip instead of a pumpkin. They, however, are an absolute nightmare to carve.
Soll ich das Licht ausmachen?
Okay, turn the lights off, Daddy.
Whoa. Sieht aber cool aus, Ben, schau mal.
Spider finger puppets is such an effective craft and is so fun to make. I decided that Ben could make the baby spider and I would make the mummy spider puppet. For the puppets, you need some black card, googly eyes and some pipe cleaners. I also used sticky labels to make the mouths, but you could really use anything for this. I first drew round bowls to make circles, cut them out and then made 4 finger size holes along the bottom. I used a hole punch to get these started, but obviously the holes were much too small and I had to cut them to make them bigger. I also added 4 extra holes using the hole punch for the other pipe cleaner legs. Then Ben added the eyes, mouth, which he coloured in using a red crayon, and threaded through the pipe cleaners which we twisted together. He also, of course, wanted to add extra eyes so it looked really scary. The finished puppets were super fun and we had many renditions of Incy Wincy's spider. Ben also loved that his fingers became the spider's legs.
Incy Wincy spider climbed up the spout again.
That's funny. That's funny.
It's funny.
Monster Play-Doh is such a great one for creativity and is an activity that my toddler can spend hours doing. For this one, all you need are some random craft materials such as googly eyes, pom-poms, sticks and pipe cleaners and some Play-Doh. I have actually made a video showing the recipe that we use for this homemade Play-Doh, so I'll link it above and below for you too. We then just let Ben be super creative. We did this activity as a family, so we were modelling and all making these monsters together, and we were describing them and giving them names. It's a brilliant language activity and great for talking about things like colour and number too.
So many spikes. So many spikes.
We all had so much fun making and remaking these monsters. I think we had as much fun as Ben did, and the finished monsters did look great. The amazing thing is that all these materials can be reused like this, so it's a really good one for keeping waste low. And my final activity is a bat painting. This is probably the simplest activity, but the messiest. You'll need 2 pieces of black card and some colourful paints. I pre-cut 2 little bat shapes from one piece of the card and the other piece is to paint on. I showed Ben the technique of splatting the paint onto the paper and he delighted in doing this, so much so that there was paint all over his face. When he was done and the paper was full of colour, we placed the 2 silhouette bats on top of the wet paint and it looks like they're flying in a night sky. I think the finished painting actually looks super effective. Now, please drop me a comment below and let me know what Halloween crafts or activities you've been up to or have planned for your toddlers. Unfortunately, here in Scotland, all toddler groups and indoor play centres and things are still closed, so we're always looking for things to do indoors as it's getting a little bit rainier and colder. And please remember to hit subscribe for more toddler activity videos. I now have a whole toddler activity playlist here on my channel, which I will link at the end of this video for you with lots of ideas and inspiration for keeping little ones busy indoors and out. Thank you so much for watching and I hope I'll see you again soon. Bye bye!